Smash that limiter!
Hello, welcome everybody. Welcome to this episode of 22 Modifications.
Hello everyone, episode 22 of the Limited Bashes. Can I get some vroom vrooms in the chat?
I'm very much doubt you're going to get vroom vrooms because...
I want vroom vrooms in the chat right now. I don't want anything else. I don't want ice cream for breakfast. I don't want
vroom
cake
vroom.
for dinner. I want vroom vrooms in the chat right now.
Just vroom vrooms.
Vroom vroom.
Oh my God.
With a dash in between.
That's funny as.
How has your week been so far, Hunter?
My week has been crazy. So that came out of nowhere. So I am still not 100% over this fucking flu. It's taken its toll. I'm back at work and my lungs feel like they're a 2-year-old's lungs.
What the fuck does that even mean?
It means that I cannot breathe very well. Like I am struggling.
Shriveled up inside.
I am struggling to get the oxygen in my brains. Like I was like wrapping up a pallet today, and I almost fell over from faint. I was so fucking exhausted. My legs were hurting. My body was hurting. It was insane. This flu, like, I haven't had COVID yet, but this flu, and I did test while sick. It wasn't COVID. It was the flu. I think it was worse than COVID. Like, Ray said that it was worse than COVID. She had COVID not that long ago, even from then. So, like, it's been crazy. And then, like, obviously with summer, the type of industry that I'm working in at the moment, it's very busy in summertime. So, like, today I did a very long day. Very long working day, and my shins feel like they're gonna be forming shin splints anytime. So it's great. I love it. The only thing that I'm kind of a little bit sort of fuming at, and it's to do with modifications to do with cars. So
you tell.
So I went last week because my car's due for a service. See, I service a D40 every 5,000 Ks because it's over 100 and she's actually 138,000 kilometers now, which is crazy. I've had the car since 50,000, so I've done a lot of Ks in the years I've had her. Anyway, I mean, obviously the Ks are ramping down a lot lower now because, you know, I work closely, so it's nice. Anyway, so I went into my local Nissan dealership. I don't like them, but they sell things that I need, so I kind of put up with them, sort of thing. The guys are nice. Like the people, there's only one dickhead there that I don't like, but everyone else is like really nice. Like the team's nice. They're not out to get me wrong. It's just Nissan. That's all it is. It's like not them. It's what they have to go through every day. That's fucking bullshit. And then unfortunately us, the customer, we get treated like shit as well because their systems and policies are not for our advantage, that's for sure. But anyway, I digress. So I bought an oil filter and a crush washer, which I always do every service. The reason why I get a genuine oil filter is my particular model D40 can be a bit finicky with aftermarket like Ryco runs, because Ryco oil filters is designed to be universal. They can fit on multiple different type of models of vehicles, right? So the intake holes on the oil filters like ever so slightly off. And on my particular model, not all D40s, you have to look it up. You can run into some oil pressure issues because of it, and it puts a lot of wear and tear on your oil pump. There's a lot of people that have been running Rycos without any issues, but I find they tend to be on the tire builds. Tires seem to be okay, but the Spain build's a bit different. I've known people that put the Ryco oil filter in, and then straight away the oil light comes on It's not pressurizing. It's not getting oil pressure up properly, or it's getting too much overpressure or something like that. And some people that own a Spain built said that they've never run into issues, but I have a funny feeling that it might not be that far off on their car that it's passing through, and so it's not tripping the sensors. But you still don't know if your oil pump is having to work harder than it normally does. So safe bet, honestly, is just get a genuine an oil filter. It's not expensive. It's like the same price. Yeah, it is the same price as the Ryco filters. When I get them anyway, and that's directly from the dealer too. Usually they're rip off. But anyway, so I get that, and then I decided, well, my cabin filter's been pretty fucking smelly. It's been a while since I've changed it. So I was like, well, I need to replace my cabin filter or environmental pollutant filter or pollen filter. Or there's heaps of different names for the same fucking. It's basically the filter that your aircon runs through and it extracts all the dust and crap that comes outside of your car. So that way it blows fresh, clean air on you, right? So I get this thing and they're like, I'm like, how much does it cost? I'm like, $80. I'm like, all right, no worries. I'll get it because, you know, $80 I thought it's a bit expensive, but while I'm here, whatever, you know. And it's for two of them. Well, at the time I didn't remember that it was two of them because it's been a while since I replaced them. And anyway, I get the oil filter, the pollen filter, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, there's supposed to be two. And I said, isn't there supposed to be two? Because the car takes two. And they were like, oh yeah, it is two for the car. Oh. And then the senior guy comes out and goes, nah, they sell them individually. I'm like, $80 per one and I have to buy two of them. He's like, yeah, unfortunately. And I'm like, that's expensive.
Oh, yeah, that's rough.
So I looked online and I'm like, I could get $30 for two Ryco pollen filters that fit my car. So I'm like, because like things like that, like air filters, come on, step out of it. There we are. Things like things like air filters, things like that, Ryco is pretty good. Like you're not going to have any issues with them. For aftermarket stuff like that, it's just like the oil filter and the fuel filter on my car. You can't get aftermarket because there's a water sensor, and if you don't plug the water sensor in, it throws a fault code. You can do some fucking dodgy stuff where you take the water sensor out and then you have the plug plugged into a water sensor external and then just use aftermarket fuel filters. You can do that. I wouldn't recommend it though because the water sensor is a water sensor. You don't want water contaminations in your car. So that to me is not many cars come with water sensors in their fuel filters or in their fuel system. So to me, having that insurance of having an alarm, it's a literal, if water goes in your fuel system, it literally sounds an alarm. And it will turn your car off.
Aurora, I've got H2O in the cranks. Now I'm got the cranks because I've got water in the cranks.
It's like a high-pitched squeal. I've heard it go off before in someone else's car. And yeah, it's like a high-pitched squeal and then the car will just turn off.
Just like that.
Yeah, well, you can't run it. Yeah, if you get water in your fuel lines, man, it will that's a very expensive rebuild. Like, because you have to rip everything out. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. It's pretty expensive. It's like, you know, you're looking at probably, I've heard some people pay up to 10 grand to fix water damage in their fuel lines.
Right.
It's a process. So yeah, having that fuel sensor is really important because it goes off before the damage is done, essentially. So that's a good thing about it. But anyway, so I paid $8 for this thing, and then I find out that I don't get two. I get a singular one, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I want a refund. And they're like, oh yeah, that's cool. We can do that, but our FPOS machine doesn't. We can't put it back on your card. I'm like, okay, cool, no worries. You know, mine's just the normal accounts takes 3 days thing. Yeah. So I fill out all my details, bank details, all that sort of stuff for the refund for their accounts team. Anyway, it's been a week now, and I still haven't got my refund. I want my $80. And I go in today after work, and they just clocked off as well. So they'll like kind of the panic in their eyes when I turn up at the door and like they're going home. And they're like, "Oh, do you want spare parts?" I'm like, "No. I haven't got my refund back yet." And he's like, "Oh, yeah." It's like they're real quick at fucking taking your money, aren't they? But giving it back, they're real cunts about it, aren't they? I'm like, why? And he's like, it could take up to 3 weeks. 3 fucking weeks for them to give me my money back.
I wonder what process they have in place.
Oh my fucking!
It makes me curious about the process they have in place in terms of like how this person wants their money back. Oh, well, we have to go through all the processes, but what does that even look like, and why does it take?
It doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. Okay, I know a lot of people that work in accounting. I've done with accounts a lot with all the businesses that I worked in. Refunds are usually pretty straightforward. Wish is pretty straightforward at refunds. Wish. You know, the $2 fucking online store. I've had
maybe
issues.
because they know they're a scam site.
Yeah, but the point is scammers fucking give you money back like faster than fucking Nissan does.
That's funny. Well, maybe that's something to take into account with Nissan.
Yeah. I've just never liked their principles or ideologies or anything like that. But so yeah, if anyone out there is looking at going to a Nissan dealership, please make sure that you don't run into the issue of buying something and then realizing that you don't want any more and want a refund, because they'll take a long time to give you your money back.
Well, just ask a lot of questions.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, in hindsight,
Yeah, of course, I just want vision all the time, but
that it is, yeah.
But just ask what you need and ask questions if they can deliver.
That's it. I need to do some more modifications to my nav. I've been thinking about. I want a snorkel. I want roof racks.
On my car.
I want a tray. I want all this stuff, but I don't want to spend money. That's the problem.
It sounds like you don't want it then.
I do want it, but I don't want it at the same time. Like, I would like a snorkel though, because I do find that in my area there's like all these bloody trees and shit like that drop a lot of leaves.
For trees?
No. So, well, yeah, yes and no. Okay, so hear me out.
Does it flood leaves where you go?
So I have to clean my air filter box out probably once every couple of months because my car sucks in a lot of leaves.
Yeah. Oh.
Yes. So if I have a snorkel, I won't. Because the problem is the intake of my car is like right in the archwell. So as I'm driving along the side of the road, the leaves flick up. Yeah, from the turbulence from other cars and stuff, and it just sucks straight in. It's not a big deal or anything. It's just it would be nice to have cleaner air. Actually, I probably need to change my air filter too. Actually, now that I think about it,
no one's going to complain about cleaner air.
Yeah, that's it. So, I would like to get a snorkel, but I think I would get a safari snorkel over a stainless. What do you think?
What's the difference? Well, I think I understand what stainless is, but what's safari?
Safari is a brand. It's a plastic. See, safaris are probably the most reliable plastic snorkel that you can get. It's made out of that strong ABS plastic.
Yeah. Well, why don't you just get that?
Well, there's nothing wrong with getting it. It's just I still would like a stainless snorkel though. They look cool, but they're more expensive.
Well, oh my god. You just need it to see. You literally need it so that way you don't have to clean out your air filter every 2 months. That's literally the only purpose that you need it for, right?
Oh, and if I do water crossings or something like that, which I probably won't do or avoid as much as possible. So that's that's stainless. So that's stainless snorkels. So they're just basically a tube that comes out.
Yeah.
They are loud though, which is kind of why I'm sort of like, I don't know if I really want to do one.
So the snorkel itself or the stainless snorkel?
The stainless snorkel is really loud because you can hear the induction. And since my turbo's a little bit more So one of the first few things that I did to my nav was kind of tweak the turbo's boost a little bit. Little tuny.
Yeah.
Little tuny. So she's a bit louder than normal cars. Normal D40s that aren't modified. And that's the plastic one. Plastic one's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Works just
And
as
it's not as
functional.
loud.
It's not as loud. The only downside is so this diameter here, right? So you can see how nice and
Yeah.
big amount of air comes in through there. But the problem is with this plastics is see how it like goes this massive intake here.
Yeah.
Well, the internal diameter that is pretty large, and then it goes to a small little diameter which goes into your air box. That's the only downside with
Yeah.
them.
What it
Where a
sounds like you're
stainless,
just gonna. It
where
sounds like it's just gonna increase the air pressure. That's all.
well, not really. It makes your car work more because it's going from a big volume to a small volume.
Okay.
It's not going to damage your car. Like, to be honest, the difference between stainless and a Safari is non-noticeable. Let's put it that way.
Right.
But the problem is a lot of the time, if you get one of these fitted by, say, TJM, ARB, or any of those other companies, they have a tendency to not fucking hook it up. Like they'll cut it, right? They did this to my parents' Prado. So they'll cut the hole and they'll fit it. And then they just don't silicon join the freaking snorkel to the airbox.
Oh, right.
And you got to be careful with that. So many people drive around not realizing that their airboxes aren't even connected. But these just look nice as well. I also like how streamlined they are. They do look nice, don't they?
Wait, yeah, I think they're just fine, and quite frankly, I think that'll suit your Navara more than the stainless will.
What, the plastic?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the plastic will suit me as well more. I'm probably going to go for that because it's cheaper. It's like $700 and something to get it fitted.
Right.
That's about. There's a guy that I know that has a shop locally. He said that he would do it for about like $900 now. It used to be like $700 and something or $800 and something, but he cost of living, everything's gone up. He's like, I'll do it for $900. But that's for full stainless and fitting and everything. He custom built, like he'll make it up for me then and there. But I don't know. I think I'll probably just go plastic. You know, I think plastic would be good.
Plastic.
But but yeah, the one thing that I find funny is these things they call the ram head, right? So when you travel usually above 80 kilometers per hour, the ram head basically forces a ram down at greater pressures and sucks more air in, essentially. Only when you're traveling at excess of 80 kilometers, right? But you'll see people driving, I don't know if you've seen this, especially in the country, where it'll be raining and some yobbo's like, I'm going to face this head backwards, thinking that it will stop the rain from getting in there. But if you have a look at this little diagram here, these are actually designed to go into torrential rains. And what happens is when the water comes through here, it gets forced down the side veins of the head and then gets expelled outside the head through here. But the air gets separated and goes down the pipe. It's pretty cool engineering.
That is clever.
It is, and it works really well. Like I've seen people get a garden hose and fucking face it at it and watch all the water just jettison out of the head. So it works really well. You won't get water induction with them on, like, so you don't need to flip them backwards. And I don't know why people do it. It's a bit silly, I think.
Well, because they're not a different mentality.
I guess. Like I've heard some people doing it on water crossings or something like that, and they'll flip it around backwards as they enter the water. But the problem is with doing that is you're starving the car with like air, essentially, at a point where you need air because you need to get out of the water crossing. So it's a bit of a catch-22 on that one, but you know.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But yeah, I've always sort of liked to tweak my cars that I've owned.
I mean, I suppose who wouldn't?
Yeah, I mean, I've never really gone like gun ho to the point where I did want to put a turbo on my Commodore though, but like to the extreme where like go thousands of dollars of modifications. And the reason why I think I don't do that is, well, the nav, yes, but only because it's a full drive and small modifications do cost thousands. But in terms of the other cars, like, I mean, the Laser one wasn't worth it. Two, the Commodore, the modifications I did were quality of ride and performance of the motor. Because it was an older motor, it was getting a bit tired, so I decided to tweak the motor and make it more powerful because I wanted to rejuvenate that lost power from age. So that's why I did that. But I don't know if I would ever own a Ricer though, like a Subaru.
What's the Ricer?
It's an import, so a Subaru or a GDR or any of them.
Right.
I don't know if I would ever own one. I'd like to have one, but I don't think I would ever own one. So yeah.
Oh, what? I don't know. What kind? I think if I was to modify my car, I'd want to do something really funny with it, like put a V8 motor in it. Even though it probably fits it's an inline 4 in it currently, so it wouldn't fit a V8. But I'd want to do it just because I think it'd be funny. Or, hello Valkyrie, how are you? Can I get some vroom vrooms in the chat?
Get some vroom vrooms.
Vroom vrooms. Yeah, exactly. Separated by a dash. Separated by a dash. It has to be separated by a dash.
They do make a V8 Astra.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
but it is kind of funny.
Yeah, they do. It's a race car.
What? I'm surprised that even exists.
Yeah.
V8 Astra.
It's like a red car with gold.
Oh, that looks really boring.
It does. It looks
skirt, screech. What?
It looks weird.
That doesn't look like a vroom vroom.
Look at that. Look at the V8 Astra. Look at that. That's weird, man. That's some weird modifications they did to that to make that work. Then again, it's not really a car. All that is just a chassis with a motor attached to it.
That's a car. That's the definition of a car. If you take
a race car.
It's a race what?
It's a race
what? It's a race what? A race what?
Yeah, you heard me right. Race car. That's not a car.
Yeah, it's a car.
No, they're different.
Yes. A race car is a car.
That's a car.
I mean, my mum's car. No, what? That's not a car.
That is
what
a
are you
car. That is
not a car.
That's a car. It's got a NOS bottle there. It's got its engine. That's its engine.
What?
It's got its ECU.
A car.
That's
not a car.
It has wheels.
That's what? There's literally nothing car about that. You can't put that on the road and it'll go in a direction depending on where you put the accelerator on. That's not a car.
Has that got dual fucking 2080 graphics cards on it? It does.
It's got dual
SLI.
cards.
It's got SLI.
Yeah, well, if you want SLI, go for it, SLI.
I just heard a really big bang outside. I don't know what that was.
I heard a really big bang outside too. I think I wonder what it'd be like to put in like a something powerful in the car, because my car is about to get serviced.
Yeah.
On Tuesday, it's gonna get serviced soon. At 395,000 kilometers on it.
Ooh,
and
that's a lot of Ks.
Soon enough, it'll be at 400,000, and then I'm hoping I'll get another 40,000 by next year. And then after that, I'll just see if it's still going, because I've had it for 7 years now.
Yeah, that's a fair long time for a car.
Well, I mean, I like to take care of things and be extremely stubborn about it as well. It's like, I don't know, you're gonna last forever. I'm gonna make you last forever, no matter what I have to do to make you last forever.
Yeah. You're just gonna
Um,
have to keep sinking money in it.
oh, I don't mind doing that. I understand there's a cost to keeping the car on the road.
Yeah.
It's not like I don't make enough money to do that either. Not to flaunt or anything like that. But and I also heavily rely on the car too. Regardless, I think one thing I'd love to do, and I'm gonna do this one day, even if I'm in my 40s, having a midlife crisis. I'll get a Daihatsu Hijet van and just deck it out with a small engine, enormous transmission, and see just how many kilometers I can get out of the little engine with a big transmission. Rude. What? Rude. What's rude?
I reckon Ray's car would be fun to turbo.
I mean, everyone's car would be fun to turbo. I don't think turbo is kind of like the default.
No, that's not true. You got
default
turboed Volvos
mod.
and they're not so fun.
No. I mean, like, I think a turbo is like a default mod that you put on your car. Twitch smacked you.
It's a mod that can get a car that's gutless to have a fair amount more power.
Yeah.
You know, forced induction always gives you more power, but it also gives you more chances of failure too.
Oh yeah, you have more moving parts, more chances of failure. That's just the way it works.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a free lunch here, or anywhere for that matter. You're not allowed to post links here. That is rude. We should talk to Twitch about that. But like, excuse me.
It's because I got them turned off. Remember?
Oh, you got? No, I don't remember this.
So,
When did this happen?
Since I started the Twitch stream.
Okay. Well, what else kind of mods are there? Oh, actually, speaking of mods, I saw this online. You know how you hate wheel extenders? What are they called again? Are they called wheel extenders?
You're talking about wheel spaces.
Wheel spaces. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to
You're just gonna get smacked. You know how you love wheel spaces, right?
Yeah.
Well, I recently came across a post on Twitter. On Reddit. I'm not sure if I still have it, but essentially, this guy put in two wheel spaces. So we basically had a wheel spacer followed by another wheel spacer, and I reckon he had about at least 10 to 15 mils between the wheel and the rest of the car. And I'm thinking, dude, that's actually wet it. Shut up!
Do you like how my coaster sticks to the bottom of my cup?
Yeah. It's versatility. That should be filled with water. You should fill that with water.
No.
Go tip that down the sink and fill that up with water.
No.
Yes.
My water is shockingly bad. Like, it will dry you out.
What do you mean the water is dry you out? What do you mean?
It dries you out.
I don't understand.
It's old, dirty pipe water, man. It's pretty
right. Do you not have a filter?
No.
Like, we should probably get one of those installed.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
It tastes like rust half the time.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, I know, it's not great. That's why I don't drink it. I drink water at work and stuff like that, but I don't like at home water. No, I don't like it.
Doing guas.
So I just have lots of ice with Pepsi Max. That was full of ice, by the way. It's all melted now. So fucking hot here today. It's ridiculous. Like, I reckon it was like 35 at work. But then, like, going in and out of sheds and stuff like that, it just, the sweat was bad. But I would like to grab a motorbike or some sort of small little, like, not like a smart car because they're really expensive. Like, one of those You know on Forza the peel.
Oh, that little
That
with
little
the front ways door.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I remember
I would
that.
fucking love one of those and put
That'd
like
be pretty cool,
put
actually.
like a
I've
souped
seen
up motor in it. That'd be so fun.
that's literally
So
what we
fucking
did,
fun.
and
Yeah,
it would
I know.
not go in a straight line.
It couldn't go in a straight line. I would own
No.
that in real life because I'll just sit there
I
doing
would love it.
donuts. I'd make a roll cage and shit, so that way if I do flip it, like
Oh my god!
oh, you'd have to. You would have to.
No. What are you planning on doing with it?
Doing lots of donuts.
Wait, you want to put it in a roll cage in a little tiny car?
That's unstable.
You plan a roll cage. You put a roll cage in it because you plan on rolling around in it.
Well, it will probably flip it if I put like say 1,000 horsepower motor in a car that's designed for 25
Why are you
cc.
putting 1,000 horsepower engine in a motor vehicle like that?
Why not?
Well, because you're gonna flip it.
That's why you build a roll cage.
What? Oh my! The roll cage is not going to keep the car roadworthy if you flip
it's not going to be roadworthy with a 1,000cc motor. I mean, a 1,000 horse motor in it. It's just not possible, you know.
Yeah, well, can you even get 1,000 horsepower in a car like that? It'd probably take up the entire seating area.
So what you do, right, is
oh god, here we go. Yeah,
is you get the car,
yeah,
and you take the driver out.
Yeah, yes.
And you put the motor in where the driver is.
That's what I'm saying.
And then you get a seat.
Yes.
And then you take that out.
What? What? Hang on. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. So basically, this is essentially what you just said. So you take the driver, you take him out for dinner, and then whilst they're in dinner and distracted, you take a car engine, you put it where you put it where the driver goes, and then you take a seat from IKEA and you throw it in the bin. Essentially, you bought a seat and you just threw it in the bin.
That's it.
First of all, you got nowhere to put the driver. Second of all, you got nowhere to put the transmission.
He remote controls it.
Then what's the point?
Zoomies.
What?
It'll be the world's fastest RC car.
That's gonna be the world's slowest RC car.
I don't know, man. Fucking 1,000 horsepower motor and a peel. That's remote control. That's pretty fast.
It doesn't have a transmission.
You don't need one.
Yes, you do.
No, it's just all go.
Yes.
The vroom vrooms.
It's vroom vrooms.
Direct drive.
Shit,
direct drive. Just chain to the flywheel, straight to the rear axles. Have a differential because you do need that at least. And then you just fucking away you go. Done.
Do you have alcohol in that beverage in front of you?
I wish.
I'm gonna take that as a no.
No, I don't.
Somehow.
No, I don't.
You don't. Somehow you don't have any alcohol.
I do not.
After you just basically gibberished up that horse crap.
Yeah, I know, right?
Holy crap.
Well, you can do that because you can do just a direct drive. I mean, a lot of go-karts and stuff like that.
That's not the point.
Not all cars have transmissions, although they should because it does make them more efficient and optimal.
Who doesn't have a transmission in their car?
Well, cars do, but go-karts don't.
Oh my god!
Well, the shitty ones that are made in someone's backyard.
They're not
anyway.
like they're basically their direct drive is essentially the first gear because that's as fast as they're meant to go.
Yeah, but it's not a gearbox.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm saying it's equivalent of like a first gear in a gearbox.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, Valkyrie, I'm getting the exact same fucking feelings. I'm literally got my hands on my head, pulling my hair out.
What you
and trying to figure out what the hell Hunter's trying to say.
What you could do though, the easiest, simple, instead of getting 1,000 horsepower V8 fucking motor sticky inside
let me guess, 1,200 horsepower because 1,000 wasn't enough.
No, you just simply get a snowmobile or jet ski motor. You get the CVT transmission on it, and then you stick that in the peel because that will actually fit. And then you don't have to take the driver out and not have a driver. That's so simple. Why didn't I think of that? I know, right? Just
oh my god.
Oh gosh, you didn't think that I didn't have that backup option if plan A didn't work.
No, you definitely made that up just now.
I totally did not.
No, you absolutely did. Like, basic. If everyone subscribed to your worldview, Hunter, everything would just go smoothly, right?
I totally would. Everything would work out. Just trust me, bro.
Trust me, bro.
That's like Linus's fucking thing in there. It's like, just trust me, bro.
Fuck, I don't know.
You know, it's
I
really
haven't watched
funny.
this shit in a long time.
I stopped watching his shit after I found out that he's been like the most shadiest guy out there on certain things.
I really have no idea.
Not him though. It's just the company that he, owns.
Right.
Well, they got given a bit of YouTube drama. So they all given this product it was a prototype product. There's only one of them made. And the intention was that they'll test it, they'll make a video on it, and et cetera, and then send it back because it is a prototype. Well, they fucking sold it, didn't they?
Oh.
Like, what the fuck? And then they did a heap of
funny.
they've done a whole heap of other dodgy shit over the years and stuff. And I went from
hasn't?
like enjoying watching their videos to like, I don't like watching your videos anymore. Like, they burnt my bridge.
Right. I just found them boring after a while.
Yeah, they are boring. They don't know how to be entertaining. That's why I watch J2 Cents, because he's funny.
I haven't watched any of his stuff either.
Fair enough. But yeah, that's like probably the most modifying thing next to cars. I reckon computers are probably the most computers are probably the most modifying sort of thing you can.
I mean, yeah, because you got a whole bunch. You got two fronts. You've got the hardware and the software you can modify to a certain extent.
Yeah,
because you got like all the software. You can say like, aha, I want to put my x86 program into this game. Why is it no longer working?
I was actually going to ask you a question. How demanding? Because I've never really been one to like make music or anything like that. Like, I've made a couple of tracks like years and years ago with fucking good old freeware, like why has it left my brain?
Audacity.
That's it.
Fruity Loops.
Audacity.
You made music on Audacity?
I did.
You poor soul.
It was very hard.
Yeah.
Holy
crap.
I grabbed Battlefield 1942, the original game. I grabbed all the audio files from it and I made it into a remix.
How? Okay.
It was
that sounds painful.
It was shit, yeah. I don't know why I did it. It took me like a month to do. I don't know why I did it, but I did it.
Fucking God.
And it wasn't for like a school project or anything. I did it on my own free will.
Oh, wow. What is wrong with you?
My parents look at me like that every time they see me. Anyway, so
you were asking.
So how demanding is, so say for example you got a full production setup, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like what you do, but like, yeah, kind of like what you do, really.
Kind of like what I do?
Yeah, well, you do have a production setup. You got everything.
Yes.
You even have a fucking rack, you madman.
I think I've got a rack unit with units inside of it, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. You're a madman. Anyway, how demanding of a PC do you need to do it? Or can you just do it on like a budget PC?
You can do it on a budget PC.
And so it doesn't really matter. You don't need that much power behind it or anything like that.
With music production, you're predominantly working with memory and a little bit of processing. It's not quite like 3D graphics where you need quite a bit of memory and a shitload of processing. Yeah. It's basically, okay, we're going to take this 24-bit word and we're going to basically get the parameters that this plugin is saying that it needs to be, and we're just going to mathematize those two words together and then process it. Not a lot. Not really. It's not huge. Not a lot.
Because that's one thing that I always found really weird with the people that I've known that make music. For some reason, they go crazy on the RAM to the point where they get like 128 gigs.
Yes,
worth of
that
RAM.
makes sense.
So it does make sense.
That does make sense, because especially if you're like an EDM producer, you need a lot of RAM.
Oh, yeah.
Because what ends up happening, how that works is that you can have libraries that are massive amounts of gigabytes. So, for example, anything by Native Instruments, each library is a lot of gigabytes. So, and you may have to load in a multiple of those
Yeah.
those libraries to make a track. So you might actually need something like 50 gigabytes just to make a single EDM song in RAM. That is.
Oh, wow.
So there's also a couple of things to keep in mind. There's a couple of things I've sort of had a problem with from time to time is that your drivers that your what shall we say that your program is installed on
Yeah.
needs to have very little latency. So your computer needs to be fast enough to not have any faults. It's what they call faults, which is essentially when a program is loaded onto the RAM for processing. Not all worked out a while ago. They don't need to load all of the program for it to
Yeah.
work properly. So in order to optimize the use of the RAM, essentially.
Yeah.
So what happens is that when the program realizes that, oh shit, I need this, I have to go back to the drive to get that piece of information to bring to the RAM to be able to process it. That's called a fault.
Yeah.
And essentially, if you come across a fault, it means first of all, it means you don't have enough RAM. You should probably upgrade your RAM anyway. But the other thing too is that that's time that your processor has to process stuff and maybe even loop around, but in time for the program to be loaded onto the RAM and then you can further process. So, which could cause what's called a crash, which I've had a few times. But that also comes down to the programming, the competency of the programmer as well.
Yeah.
To figure that out, so that doesn't happen. But Pro Tools having
Because I imagine as well, like your storage as well is really important to help with that, like your storage that you
Yes.
keep all that stuff on. Because that's one
Yes.
thing with video editing that so in an ideal setup, right? So at the moment, my video editing, so all these videos, all my old gaming videos, I'm still editing a few of my old videos and stuff like that. Just that it takes a long time, especially at the moment with this laptop continuously crashing. Like, there's a few of my old game capture stuff that I'm like in the process of I've been trying to edit them for a while now, but every time I open it up, the computer crashes. Anyway, so I've given up on them. So I'm not editing them until I get a new rig or something like that happens.
Yeah.
But one thing with video editing is, one, obviously CPU power is important. Graphics power helps a lot, especially the video codecs, video encoder, I should say. That's correct. RAM is really important as well. And then the hard drive, I think, is the most crucial thing, because so the way that I would like to do it is I would transfer all my raw footage from spinning disk hard drive and transmit over to solid state. And on solid state, I then edit. Excuse all the noises that's going on. I don't know what the fuck's going on out there. Anyway, so the SSD is where everything be edited and then rendered on. And then once it's finished at that stage, then I'll transfer it back to the long-term storage, which would be spinning disk. And the reason for that is an SSD will like half your video processing speeds. Like, it will make it so much faster. At the moment, I'm just using hard drives for everything except for games. Games are all on my SSDs. But I won't start doing my video editing on my SSDs because I need a dedicated like video editing SSD that's specific for video editing. Otherwise, if I transfer videos to my games, it can cause real bad like bottlenecks of capacity being used up like real quick and then suddenly disappearing. And that could cause issue with games and stuff like that. So that's why I haven't done that. Because the videos that I'm downloading are quite a few gig. Like, I think it's about 12 gig when I download these VODs.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And
'cause
then
they are
and then
an hour or 2 hours
because when
long.
I video edit them,
actually-
I upscale them as well. So they're at the moment streaming at the moment the viewers are seeing this at 720.
Yeah.
And then when I download it at 720 as well. So what I do when I download it is the first thing I do is I upscale it to 1080p. So then I basically upscale the graphics and the resolution and whatnot, which therefore when I process it, obviously makes the new file that I
4
edit
times
bigger.
bigger.
Yeah, make it bigger. Yeah, that's why storage fills up quick. Yeah,
Yeah, but
that's how you
what's
do
wrong
it.
with 720p?
Look, shit. It's so grainy. 720 does not look good on 1080p monitors. It just does not look good.
Oh, yeah, because
720 is designed for phones. That's the reason why Twitch streams at 720. It's because most people are on their phones.
Right.
Smaller screens, you don't notice the resolution, but if you have even like a 12-inch screen, like you'll notice.
Yeah.
It's and I have a 55-inch TV, so you really notice 720 quality. So yeah, especially in 4K. Ugh, looks terrible. But yeah, because this TV is 4K, but I run it at 1080 on the PC, and I run it at 4K on the Xbox. In the future, I'd like to actually run it 1440p on the PC, because 4K is like stable, but you need a lot of money to make it like high frame rate. So yeah. I guess that's the difference really between audio and video editing. Video is pretty demanding. I think out of all the production, besides 3D modeling and mathematical equation like AI, I reckon video editing is probably in the top 3 most demanding tasks for a computer.
Yeah, because you name the other 2.
Yeah, well, that's it. The other 2 is 3D modeling and AI. I think AI is harder. I think AI tests everything.
AI, what's the word? AI is essentially how do we do quantum computing without a quantum computer? So it's all I'd say it's mostly in the RAM and the CPU. So I don't think there's really any graphics. There's not really. Oh no,
there's a lot of graphics. Yeah,
there's. I don't know about. I don't know. Well, the thing is that I'm thinking about what's I can't remember what it's called, but essentially it's the graphics element of the AI where it develops a picture based off of prompts. But I still think that's in the CPU. Oh fuck, I don't know.
As far as I know, I mean, it depends what your AI is set up to do, but as far as I know, they pretty much need all processors of a computer, and usually AI is multiple computers joined together.
Right.
That's why I like a lot of AI stuff. Well, take it for example, Chatbox GDP.
Yeah.
Chatbot, sorry. I don't know why I said box, but chatbot. Is literally a city block of computers. That's
great.
That's what they use to run it, yeah. Same with servers. Servers are massive too, like,
yeah, well, they're servers.
Yeah, like Google servers pretty much like a city size. For running all their shit like YouTube, all that sort of stuff. It's all like on like a cityscape server. It's massive. And then they have multiple of them all around the world. But AI, I'm pretty sure the best AIs are usually the ones that are multiple computers joined together. And they use graphics and CPUs and RAM. The RAM and the speeds that they use are very different though. Same with the CPUs. Like they don't use like an Intel i9 or something like that. They use something different. I'm pretty sure they use something close to a Xenon, which is like the Intel's equivalent of the Threadripper, but I'm not actually 100% too sure. They use a different CPU. It's more threads and more core count and all that sort of stuff. thousands of dollars for the hardware of that stuff, though.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
because when you have thousands of computers, it's going to be expensive with hardware.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I reckon AI is probably going to be the hardest industry to make money in. Like, honestly, like the amount of money you have to sink in to get it set up.
In AI.
Yeah,
Oh well, it's. I think. Well, the thing is, it's only just starting now, and we're having like what 19 or 20 different AI programs that are just popping up that are
yeah,
all different from
exactly.
each other. So it's
Yeah,
basically an initial new venture, and
yeah,
then essentially what will happen is it'll get to a point where it becomes a maturing market, and um, you'll see this is massive amounts of innovation in all these AI programs, and then when it becomes an innovative in a mature market, you'll see some of these AI programs start to die off, and the ones that are most useful, the most used will
yeah,
essentially be the only ones left. So you
yeah.
may, but in 2 years' time, 2 or 3 years' time, we may only have two or three AI programs.
It's possible. I don't know. AI is like really incredible sort of future prospect for us. I
Yeah,
suspect that the new seventh generation um fighters that they're going to come out with, or was it
yeah.
sixth generation fighters, seventh? I don't know, whatever generation jets they're going to make. I suspect the new generation of fighter jets is going to be a completely autonomous AI powered jet
Well, then
that
what's the
thinks for
fucking
itself.
point?
Well, so then that way they don't have to train a pilot up to go and fly. Essentially, they just have an AI that controls the aircraft. I mean, yeah, good work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry, I drew a blank. Uh
yeah. On that note, I think we're gonna raid out to someone. I
Hold
reckon
on,
we're
we
gonna.
still got a few more minutes.
Oh, we do, don't we? My clock's wrong. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, chill out, man. It's all cool.
You chill out, chill
It's
out.
all cool. It's all cool.
Hey, what sort of what's a vehicle that you would never step foot in?
Uh, um, Probably a Tesla.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want
Why
the
is
fucking
it?
thing to explode on me. It literally has the capacity to explode.
Yeah, yeah. Tesla's they've never really had a good rap sheet of failures and stuff. Hey,
Well, it's not only, it's just the design of the car, the thoughts and the intentions of the
yeah,
vehicles. And I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, how is that feasible?
yeah,
Because like you can't possibly get a wall outlet, stick it in your car, and 100% of the electricity that comes out of the wall goes into your car. That's just not how it works. And so because there's going to be like efficiency sort of stuff as well. But that means it's just more energy that you need to deliver to the car than what the car stores. And so, and then when you, what shall we say? And then when you're driving around, you don't know if like a bump is gonna cause a crack in one of the batteries, and the battery starts gathering moisture, and then all of a sudden it starts exploding.
yeah. I don't think that's really ever a concern when it comes to that sort of thing, but they are concerning when it comes to accidents, though. Teslas are named like the safest one, but honestly, to be
It
honest,
just
I don't trust them. It wouldn't surprise me if they've been paid off. I'm not
well, not
joking
even
either on
that.
that. I'm not even joking on that because no matter how strong your lithium battery pack is going to be, if I hit it with a sledgehammer, it's going to explode
Yeah.
because it's just how
That's
lithium works. It's a
that's what
reactive
I'm
metal.
concerned about. That's
Yeah.
what I was getting at. Like this car could literally explode,
So
and I'm
yeah,
sitting on top of it.
yeah. I just see. I like other electric cars designs better because their batteries don't go like the full length of the car. Because like a Tesla's battery system is the skid that sits underneath the car. It's like a
Yeah,
It's like a skateboard scenario, but every other car is like, no, we're going to have battery banks in the boot of the car that isn't as big. And they're usually a lot like modular as well. Like in other EV cars, you can swap out the battery banks without any issues, where the Tesla you have to drop the whole fucking skid out, replace the whole bloody thing. So yeah, I would get in a Tesla. I would drive a Tesla, but I would never own one. And it's purely because I think the Tesla company is a shitty company. Just like Apple. I think they're both shitty. They're both the same. They're just shitty.
Do you think Tesla's going to come out with a whole, you need to get a new car, a new Tesla every single year, or every 10 years at least? Because they're just going to keep uploading like software updates.
But they pretty much
make the car slow down.
They pretty much do that already.
Oh, how great's that?
In terms of quality control, I mean, there's not that many old Teslas running around anymore. They're all like new models, and the old models tend to just disappear. Like for example, the Tesla S's. How many of them you see them running around?
It's all up to double S now, isn't it?
No, it's they're in letters. They're X, Y's. Yeah, the S is the first one they brought out, and they sold quite a few of them. There was quite a few of them running around Adelaide, actually.
All right,
but I haven't seen them in years. Especially the super sport ones, I haven't seen them at all. So that makes me wonder how reliable they are, and it's like Subaru. Like you don't see old Subarus running around anymore. They just die and they don't last long. It's the reason why you don't see them. You see like one or two, and it's usually because that owner's like looked after them and keeps, like yourself, keeps putting money into keeping them alive. But the general gist of the population's like, nah, this thing's broken after 200 something thousand or 300 something thousand, and then just get a new car, and then just goes to wreckers. And that tends to what happened with a lot of these cars. So I wonder if Tesla's going to be any different. Except it's got a bomb literally attached to it.
Yeah, I know. It's fucking terrifying.
Anyway, on that note,
let's rate out.
Let's rate out. So we're going to rate into our favourite friend because there's no one else really on tonight.
No, he's also because he's our favourite friend.
He's also our favourite friend. So we'll all catch you all later on the next podcast on Sunday. Hopefully it all goes well, and I hope you have a good day / night. What's that?
Oh, E10 what? What have I eaten? Have you heard of the E10?
I don't know.
E10 what?
Are you talking about
E10D's nuts? I fucking knew it.
You're right.
Fuck you, Ray.
All right, see you all later. Bye.
See ya.